to get the best treatment that you deserve and desire from your relationship. Now, today is a little bit about the feminine energy topic, so probably it's not gonna be for all the genders, but anyway, stick with me, guys, because regardless of your gender, hopefully these things that I'm gonna share will going to help you. I'm gonna talk about based on my own experience, shells, gonna my experience in my own relationship with my man, and we're going to talk about that. So let's dive in. If you enjoyed it, give it thumbs up, consider subscribing. And guys, I'm Parshvika. On this channel, we talk a lot about manifestation, relationship, feminine energy, self-improvement topics. If you enjoyed all that stuff, let me know, comment down. And also, I have some courses and female self-care planner. The links are in description. You can check it out. Anyways, let's get to the main part. The main part is that how to be treated well in the relationship. Now, a lot of the people blame the other person. Oh, he is toxic. Oh, she is toxic. Oh, they are not good people. Oh, they are not bad people, whatever. But the point is that it's not about pointing fingers at the other person and expecting the different results. No, understanding that that person is exactly mirroring your energy. How you see yourself, how you show up to the world, that's going to reflect back in your relationship. And since we are so close with our partner in the relationship, emotionally, physically, whatever way you are close, so they're gonna mirror exactly that thing back to you. So when you are feeling good, you have might have noticed this thing. When you feel good, when you have a great day, everything works perfectly fine. Your partner treats you so well because you are in a good energy, and they feel that energy from you when they naturally reflect back. And when you don't have a good day and you wake up and feeling exhausted, tired, whatever, and you are stressed and worried about everything, makes you stressed that day, everything. In fact, your partner talks about that, you may run into a fight, an argument with them or whatever, and that day ends with not such a good fruits, right? The same thing is the true. We might have seen this thing as short amount of time, but that's exactly what happens in the dynamics of everything, not just in the romantic relationships, but in any kind of relationship. In fact, every kind of relationship, every kind of thing that you do in this world. So when you see that your partner is not treating you well, you're focusing on that them not treating you well, whether it's he, whether it's she, regardless of the gender. You focus on the negative. And when you focus on the negative, guys, you're gonna attract that. Because where your focus goes, the energy flows and you're gonna get it. It happens with me. I can tell you in the beginning, we all have an amazing relationships. When we met a new person, we are in that honeymoon phase of the relationship. We don't look at the bad qualities of that person. We see them as a moon or a star, and we see ourselves as a star, and the two stars coming together, having fun. And those are like so butterfly moments and amazing moments, and you truly enjoy that. We all enjoy those early phases of the relationship. It lasts for maybe couple of weeks to couple of months. I don't know, it depends in every relationship. It's not an ideal days or weeks or months. No, it depends. But that phase doesn't last longer, because the moment you start looking at that person, start seeing their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities, their behaviors that hit you off, you start going back the ground. You were on the top, on the hill when in the honeymoon phase. When you start looking at their weaknesses, their bad qualities, the things that strike you, that hit you up, you all of a sudden fall down. And then you focus on the negative, focus on the bad thing, they do more of it, then you focus on that, then you more do of it, then you focus more on it and they do more of it, and then you hit with an argument, with a fight, and that ultimately aggravates over with time and leads it to a breakup. If you have attracted this person and they have attracted you in the first place, in the beginning phases of the honeymoon phase, what happened later down the road that destroyed the relationship? That them not treating you well, what happens later down the road? If they treated you well in the beginning, everything was amazing in the beginning, and all relationship has an amazing beginning, because we only focus on the good things. We all only focusing is on the good qualities of that person and good qualities of us. We are not focusing on the negative, and that's why we are having honeymoon phase, where we're like flying and everything is so perfect. That person is perfect, relationship is perfect, love feels like so light and so amazing. But that phase all of a sudden goes down the moment you start looking at the bad things, the moment you start looking at their negative, their weaknesses, their strengths, their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities. And you focus on that, they'll do more of it. You focus on it, they do more of it. And with time, it turns into an argument, fight, and leads to breakup ultimately. So, how you can avoid this? Now, I'm not talking about a toxic relationship, and there is a reason, guys. If you have ever attracted a toxic partner in your life, there is a reason you attracted them. Now, I'm not supporting that person. Of course, that person needs to know what they are doing with you. If they ever did bad with you, they should know about it and they should correct themselves. But if we focus on the other person and we try to change them, or maybe give them an advice or a suggestion, when we try to change them, it's not going to help us. We cannot change the world. We cannot change our partner. We cannot change anybody. We can only change ourselves. When we can change our vibration, the things automatically reflect and things automatically change. So if you change your vibration, your partner changes instantly because they reflect you back exactly the energy you are carrying within you. So I have that similar phase. After the honeymoon phase, we had some arguments, we hit that some rock bottom, and I was like, wait a second, what's going on? We had an amazing beginning, everything was so perfect, and we were perfectly connecting with each other. Now why there is no connection? Why we are hitting the rock bottom? Why we have arguments and this stuff? And then I was coming across more manifestation content, taking a lot of the information because I was starting with the manifestation at that time. And I was like, okay, what's that? Oh, why? What's going on? And I know this person, the person that I attracted, is really a good man. He's a really a good man. I love him. Yes. And I'm happy to be with him. So I know that this person is not like that. I truly know that. Like at the core of me, I know it that he's not like that. The way he's acting and behaving right now, he's not like that. He's perfectly my man. I know it at the core of me and I still know it. So I came across this manifestation content and I was like, okay, we got to do some homework. We have some homework to do here. So I started changing my thinking. I started focusing on the things that he did in the past and he also doing it right now. Small small gestures, small moments, maybe they giving you a hug or they kissing you, like small things that you really appreciate. You start focusing on them, and that's what I did. I start focusing on the small things that he did for me. Very small, very little things, because I know I can look at the big things anytime. It's very easy to look at the big things than the small things. So I started focusing on the small things and I started taking a note of all the good things. The best thing you can do over here, guys, you can journal it down. You can take a piece of paper, write it down onto a piece of paper, everything that you see that that person is doing for you. Just write it down, everything onto the piece of paper. Okay, just do this work. It's really going to help you. Once you write it down and take a look at them and read them, and see, you're going to see that there are so many small little things, big things, whatever they did for you. And when you look at them, you're going to start appreciating them. You started going to love them. So that's what I did. I started looking at the good things. I started looking at the things that makes me happy that he did for me. That was so nice and I really appreciate that. I still appreciate them as well. And the more I focused them and I started ignoring the bad things, because I know that every person has good and the bad thing. Nobody is perfect in the world. It's just that we can only see one side of the coin, which side we are giving our energy, our focus. So you can only see the darkness if you're focusing on the darkness. But if the people who look at the lightness, even in the light, even in the darkness, are the people that are actually open to the light and see the light in the world. And that's what happened. So you got to focus on the good things. Of course, your person has good things. They do have good things that makes you attracted, that makes you attracted to them in the first place and them attracted to you in the first place in the beginning of the relationship. Something they could have. Okay, So, and I know it's not easy sometimes, especially when the things are rough and you have an argument or fight. It's not easy, especially when you do a lot of the work and somebody comes up. Like, I had the opinion from the third person, from my friends, from my family members. They have their opinion about the relationship, especially when you are taking the opinion of the other people. Sometimes it can be very hard to implement this thing. So I would highly recommend you to block out that unnecessary noises from the third people, third party, from your parents, your friends, your colleagues, whatever. Block them off. You don't need it. You don't need that information. You're only going to focus on good, because when you focus on the good, you get that. Keep this as a rule, the rule of the thumb, whatever. So I started focusing on the good things, and he do more of that, more of that, more of that. So now, even if he do sometimes the things that strikes me up, I don't say that. I just totally ignore it. I was like, okay, maybe he is tired a little bit, maybe he is not in a good mood, and that's okay. He's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I started focusing on the small little things, and things are improving, the things are changing. We are enjoying every single moment that we have with each other. And we are appreciating that. So, this thing you can do the same thing, guys. Start focusing on the good things, on the relationship, the person that you do for you. Small things, big things that he, she does for you. What are those things? List down those things. Focus on that. Start appreciating it. You can appreciate by telling them, by being grateful, or you can appreciate internally. Whatever is feeling convenient for you doesn't really matter. The more important is about your emotions and feelings behind it. It doesn't really matter whether you do it out loud or you do it internal, okay? And the more you focus on that, you're gonna see they're gonna do more of that. More of it, more of it, more of it. And with time, one day it's gonna come when they're only gonna do the things that you love it. They're not gonna do anything that you don't love it. Of course, it's gonna take some time. I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna take, because everybody has their own belief stuff and all things going around the stuff. So some people it takes, I don't know. I cannot give you an estimate how long it's gonna take, but I can tell you it can happen fast than you could actually expect. You can shift within seconds. You can shift. You're like, okay, enough. I'm going to only focus on positive. And you start listing down on a piece of paper all the positive things about them. And you focus on that positive, focus on that, read it out loud, appreciate it, feel it that they do good for you, and you focus on that. Now, whenever you see them, meet them, spend time with them, you only focus on the good. Even if the negative is there right in front of you, still bothering you, but you don't give your focus. You change your focus and you focus on the good. So, hopefully this video will going to help you. Let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in this video. I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.